I have one other video. It looks like I didn't load that video up, but this one I think is also important. This one, Scott Galloway. I did load it. Scott Galloway. I want you to listen to this because this is something I've been talking about for a long time, right? How we constantly, even our government, helping the corporations and not putting the money where the people is. And listen to, and Mike Cisak about charity. I want you to listen to this. This guy is quite understanding of what really goes on, and he also understands what it would be nice if modified capitalism would be. Listen, and then we'll take it on the other side.
NYU marketing professor and, of course, Pivot podcast co-host Scott Galloway. He's the author of the new book, Post-Corona, From Crisis to Opportunity. Scott, you have been saying this for months. People need money, not businesses. That was going to happen, at least $600. Are you surprised that the president is looking to blow this up?
Yeah, it's sort of several $100 billion too late. So look, it's no accident. Today is sort of typical of our response to the pandemic in general, and that is we're not taking care of people. We have a third of renters are worried about being evicted, 1 in 6 households with children are food insecure, but the markets are up. It feels as if our national character is revealed in what's happened with this stimulus. We've decided that Americans going hungry, Americans potentially having the despair of not knowing they're going to have a roof over the head is bad. But what would be tragic is if the NASDAQ goes down. So quite frankly, I think that our government officials have decided that it's more important to prevent a tragedy of corporations as opposed to a tragedy of the commons. There's more money going to corporations than there are to individuals. Capitalism needs to rest on a base of empathy. We need to protect people, not corporations. The NASDAQ going up is cold comfort for what is taking place out there, Stephanie.
Help us understand, put into context, how much damage is done to our economy each day without relief to struggling Americans?
Well, if you look at what's required here, we need a couple things. One, we need to increase demand. The best way to come out of this economy, or repair it, if you will, is to increase demand. And the people who will spend the money they get, if you give $10,000 to a small business owner, you'd like to think it ends up in the hands of their employees and that the business stays open. And there'll be some very well-publicized examples of that. But the best way to stimulate that multiplier, the velocity effect, is to take the bottom quartile of households, approximately 30 million. If you took that $320 billion extension in PPP loans and divided it up amongst the neediest households, you're talking about $10,000 in the hands of the neediest households. You probably immediately address some of the homeless threats, some of the food insecurity threats. And the thing is about low-income and lower middle-income consumers and households, when they get $10,000, they spend it. In addition, probably the best thing for these companies moving forward to ensure that we're building bridges, not piers, of businesses that aren't going to be sustainable in this new economy, is to let people decide, consumers decide, which restaurants, which businesses stay in business. But every day, we are creating more and more of a society with 3 million lords being served by 350 million serfs. I worry that this money is not only not preventing a tragedy of the commons, but it's not helping our economy. We have too many deaths of despair. We have people who need more money. We need to protect people, not corporations. This is exactly what capitalism is not supposed to be. Capitalism is supposed to be full-body contact violence, and that friction and that competition at a corporate level creates prosperity so we can be more empathetic with people. We've decided in this economy, Stephanie, that we need to be harsh and Darwinistic on individuals and be loving and empathetic with corporations. Corporations are an abstract. Let them go out of business. Take that money and protect Americans, not companies.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.